Ah, it's good coffee. Good morning, fellow INTERPEEPS. I am Scarabic. You're watching Scarabic Gaming. Welcome to my channel. This is a vlog about a true story. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because Halloween is coming up. I've been playing a lot of horror games and stuff like that, and well, some spooky shit's been happening. And yeah, it's been making me a little bit hesitant to pick up Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I have owned the game for a very long time. I bought it a while ago when I actually upgraded to my staunch computer that I'm using at the moment. I got Amnesia: The Dark Descent. As soon as I downloaded Steam onto it, I was like, oh, this is a game I really want to play. But knowing what the game is and how many people it has scared, I've actually avoided any sort of YouTube about it, or I mean, I watch Markiplier all the time, and I don't even watch his Amnesia videos because it's such a scary game, but I also didn't want it spoiled for me, so I don't actually know what I'm going to get into, so I've been putting it off for a very long time. I'm about to record that now, but I figured I'd make a vlog while I'm having my lovely caffeine-induced coffee, and yeah, tell you guys a weird story. There's no music going on right now, so you're probably hearing the traffic behind me, but never mind that. Hang on. Ah, God, yes. Kind of burnt on the way down, but it was, at least it was fresh. Okay, so when I was a kid, actually no, before I even start that, I just want to say that since I've been playing these horror games, I think because of the weather change, because down here in Melbourne, we're starting to transition from cold weather to warm weather, and it's kind of been going up and down really weirdly lately. It's been going from like 8 degrees to 22 degrees to 26 degrees back down to like 4 degrees, and it really, and that's in Celsius as well, so it's just been fluctuating a lot, and it's been making my skin break out. You'll probably notice in my last videos, I got like pimples all over my face. I'm red. I'm feeling gross and stuff. And it's also like been very discouraging to upload videos and stuff due to the fact that like everything is just really messed up. Like the weather is just really affecting my mood. And on the hot days, I'm like, oh, it's too hot, and I want to wear my jacket and stuff like that. And then I got the aircon on, and I got to worry about the noises the aircon makes and everything, and adjust my microphone settings accordingly and stuff. But like, even if you're wearing headphones right now, you'll probably be able to hear the traffic behind me. It's only that I'm recording at 2:30 a.m. that there's not a lot of traffic, which is a peak time to record, mind you. The only problem is that recently we've been getting a lot of like sirens and stuff go past. It's because I'm assuming because of the storms and stuff we've had, and maybe a house caught fire or something. But there has been sirens nonstop. We've had helicopters going over the house for like 3 days in a row. It felt like there was like a criminal on the loose, and they were like chasing him in a helicopter, but I have no idea. All I know is they were hovering over my house, and I don't like it when that happens because it makes me feel very nervous that I'm about to like get swatted or something. But not that they have any reason to. It's just, you know, YouTuber, sort of the thing that happens to YouTubers occasionally, which is stupid. It's a bad prank. Anyway, I'm not live streaming, so it's fine. But yeah, there's been a lot of weird things happening recently, and some of those things has been because of the weather change, I'm assuming, which is noises in the house. There's been a lot of creaking. The animals are sort of scurrying as well. Like, we got possums here, so we hear possums crawling in like through the ceiling and stuff, and that sounds scratchy and annoying, but it hasn't been that bad lately. They're usually more drawn to the house in colder weather, and now that it's heating up, we don't really get possums that much. And yeah, things have just been, I don't know, strange. Like, I'll just start hearing weird noises that shouldn't even be there. Like a plastic bag that hasn't been touched for months starting to move around. And I checked it. There's no spiders, there's no ants, or there's no mouse. There's nothing in there. It's just a plastic bag that decided to randomly start crackling. And I don't like that. I don't like noises that don't have explanations. And then we got like creaking, but that can be just a part of the weather change, like creaking of the house, depending on the wind and everything. You know, there are noises that can be rationally explained, but there are some that just don't, if you know what I mean. And I feel like something's watching me all the time. I know I sound crazy, but it's true. There's just some weird shit that's happening around, and I don't know. I don't know how to feel. Like, when I got my housemate home, it's all fine and dandy. I don't know. It's like I still hear the weird things happening when she's not around, but it's like it's more comforting to have someone in the house. But when she's either asleep or if she's out of the house or at work or something like that, then everything just gets really weird to me. It's like things happen more when I'm alone, and it's like I can hear it past the television as well. If I'm watching television or if I'm editing a video or anything like that, it still happens. It doesn't stop happening. Like these noises are constantly happening, and I don't know whether to like have my setup on like super sensitive for the. Oh, sorry, I just ruined your ears then, sorry. But I don't know whether to have my microphone on a really high setting and then just record some stuff for a while. Because I kind of don't want an answer to my questions as well. Like, what if I hear something really weird on the recordings and capture something that I don't want to hear? That's something that's sort of been playing on my mind. I'm not a superstitious person, to be honest. In general, I'm not a superstitious person, but I guess this brings me to the story that I wanted to tell you. Some weird stuff happened when I was a kid. I don't know why I locked eyes with the camera while I did that, but it was dramatic and it was epic, and I don't regret it. And there's dust everywhere. Okay, so when I was a kid, I used to hear breathing. Not like voices or anything like that. I didn't see things that weren't there or anything. But I used to hear breathing, like really heavy breathing. Like someone would breathe after going 5 rounds in a boxing match. It was just really, really heavy breathing. And it was disturbing because it always felt like it was getting closer. It got to the point where it was like it was right next to my head, like right here. It felt like I should be able to feel breath, but at no point did I feel breath. And I don't know, that just like really freaked me out. And my mother, while she was alive, back when I was a kid, she used to be a bit more superstitious than I am. And she'd try to tell me that there were spirits or something, that I need to like get rid of them. Not in a religious sense, more in like a ghost thing, apparition, something. And she used to tell me to just tell them to fuck off and they'll leave me alone. So I did. So randomly at the middle of night, you would just hear, fuck off and leave me alone! And like, I guess like people got used to it, but like it was really creepy. And it would disappear if I went upstairs. Now, I overruled the possibility of it being a possum, because I know what possums sound like. And they don't sound like someone going 5 rounds in a boxing match. They sound like little demons is what they do. Especially their mating sound. Oh, that is the worst. That's weird. I can't even do it right, but yeah, it's the worst noise. It's actually really annoying. I think they're very cute. Possums are very cute, but they're really annoying. Especially when they're outside your window and they're just like trying to attract a mate, and they're just like, it's like, shut up! I'm trying to sleep! Anyway, so I outruled, overruled, whatever. I eliminated the possibility of it being a possum or an animal, because nothing can make that type of breathing except for a human. I'm assuming. Maybe not even an out-of-breath dog. They pant. They pant really fast. So it couldn't have been even a dog or a fox going by or anything like that. Because it didn't even sound like it was coming from outside. It sounded like it was in the room with me. It was absolutely, positively undeniably in the room with me, right next to my fucking head, while I was trying to sleep. Now, the way I tried to get through this is to put the covers over my head. I try to like block it out by putting my hands on my ears, and by telling it to fuck off and leave me alone. And not a lot worked. Some of the time I don't know. I don't actually know how I got past it. I think saying fuck off and leave me alone worked a couple of times. But yeah, it was just weird, because I would get this. Oh God, how many times did it happen? It probably happened about, in my lifespan, probably about 25 times. And it was just really weird. I can't even describe it. Like, I'm getting anxious just thinking about it. But last night, I wasn't able to sleep. For the first time in like 12 years. I heard breathing, but it wasn't the same breath. It wasn't the same breathing that went from my mother's house to my grandmother's house. It actually happened in 2 locations. Never at my friend's house, though. I never once heard it at my friend's house. But yeah, for the first time in like over 12 years, I heard some form of breathing last night, and it wasn't my housemate. Doors closed, and he doesn't snore. not a loud snorer, at least. And so it wasn't my breath, wasn't her breath. I don't know whose breath it was, but it sounded like there was someone at my window. And it got me thinking, and it got me... Yeah, I was like, could it be the same thing following me around all these years? Or what? What is it? I don't know what it is, and it's freaking me out, and it's making me not want to play horror games, because it makes me overly anxious and paranoid and stuff. But that's part of the fun of playing horror games, is that it puts you into the mindset of fear, and it helps. It gives you a thrill. It definitely gives you like an adrenaline burst, and when you're able to escape. When you're able to escape a monster or something, then you get that wonderful feeling of I did it, of accomplishment. But yeah, I've been putting off Amnesia: The Dark Descent because of how terrifying the game actually is. And I mean, I played Cry of Fear a little bit. I've only recorded 2 episodes so far, but I do want to record more. I'm just kind of stuck on getting a code for the elevator. Don't know if I should look it up. Don't know if I should find it in game. But when I'm playing a horror game, I'm very nervous, as you guys might have noticed. That I go around corners like I'm just like okay, we're good there, but I'm gonna walk away back, and then look, yeah, no, we're okay. All right, so just edge forward, just in case there's a jump scare or something. So I'm like very cautious with how I play. But I get that even adds to the jump scare when I do get scared, because I'm being so cautious, anticipating something. It's like waiting for a balloon to pop. You're sitting there, someone's squeezing on it, you're sitting there, but you don't know at which point it's going to pop. You know it's going to pop, but you never know when. And when it does pop, you always get that little jump. And so being so cautious and moving about like that, it makes it worse. If you just charge in, then something happens. You're like, it happened over there. I'm like already 20 yards down away from it. But if you're like really cautious about it, expecting something to happen, that scare is going to get you really good. And I think that's the best thing about Five Nights at Freddy's being a jump scare based game, was just the anticipation of not knowing when it was going to happen, or you did know when it was going to happen, and you figured out the system, but it still happened anyway. And then, like, you realize you screwed something up, but then you get scared anyway. I love that. And jump scares are fun, but only when they're not cheap. But yeah, just all of that building up inside me, playing these games, having that mentality, and then freaking out about things. Like, I don't see things that aren't there. I don't hear voices or anything like that. So having this breathing that happened last night that made it so I couldn't sleep, it put me into what should I call it? I don't know. Like, I mean, I've had insomnia for a very long time, but I was extremely tired last night. I mean, I slept through all of today, including that YouTube being down thing that everyone seems to be pissed off about. I mean, come on, guys. I'm just gonna add this here. It's YouTube, okay? It's YouTube. There is a lot of things happening on YouTube. Like, there's constant uploads. There's people talking, commenting, liking, doing this, sharing that, and everything. And then I'm fucking up my words. So don't judge YouTube for shutting down for a little bit or crashing. I mean, the fact that they're able to do what they do now is amazing. It's a great achievement. So if YouTube shuts down just for a couple of hours, then why is so many people pissed off? Yeah, okay, some people make a living on YouTube. I don't. I hope that I do one day, but I don't. But it just being shut down for a couple of hours, I mean, guys, grow up. It's just YouTube shutting down. Fuck, do you have Netflix or something? Or do you have a book that you can read? I mean, yeah, okay, you can't upload things for like 2 hours. You can't watch a Markiplier be a dickhead on camera like I am for 2 hours. Come on, like seriously, it's not that bad. Anyway, I slept through the whole ordeal, and which was good because I finally managed to get some sleep. But it just felt weird that I just couldn't sleep. I was at the point of nodding off. Like, it didn't matter if the TV was on or if it was off or if there was noise or if there wasn't noise or if I was in a different position. It didn't matter. I just couldn't sleep. My eyes would be really heavy and sleepy, and I was yawning non-stop. And my eyes were closed. I was rugged up. I was nice. I was comfortable. And then there's breathing. And it wasn't heavy breathing like I've been talking about. It was shallow breathing. Like, just like someone that was asleep. But weirder. I don't know. It was just weird. This video is taking way too long to make. I don't know how much I'm going to edit or if I'm even going to upload this, but I just wanted to vent because I've been a bit scared. And I don't know why. I don't believe in anything that would be there to scare me or upset me or anything. I don't believe in it. It's not real. It shouldn't be there. There shouldn't be things that don't make sense. There is no such thing as ghosts or God or demons or spirits. I don't understand why this is happening again. But it could just be mental problems and being from playing a lot of horror games and stuff like that. I mean, the only logical explanation is that I'm the one that's fucked up. That's the only thing that I can draw a conclusion to, is that I'm fucked up enough to imagine things that aren't there. But I've never imagined things that aren't there. I'm not seeing things that aren't there. I'm not hearing things that aren't there, except for maybe now I am. And that's scary to me on a whole other level. I mean, I know I've got mental problems, but I don't think I'm crazy. I don't think that I'm hallucinating things. I don't want any auditory hallucinations. I don't want any visual hallucinations. I mean, everyone sees shadows. Everyone sees shadows jumping around corners of their eye and stuff. But outside of that, you don't see things that aren't there. Like, I don't see things that aren't there. But I can sometimes hear this breathing, and it makes me feel wrong. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. I can't logic my way out of it to make me feel better. I can't sleep. The only way that I was able to sleep was to get so tired that I pass out. It wasn't comfortable. It wasn't pleasant. It wasn't even like I was sleeping. It was just like blink of the eye and I'm awake. And that was just a pretty decent sleep because I'm not tired at all now. But I don't remember dreaming. I really don't want to play this game. I really don't want to play Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to play this game. But after my coffee, I have to play this game. Because Halloween's coming up. I mean, I got my Batman Mondays. Now I got my regular content happening generally at 12 in Melbourne, Australian Eastern Standard Time, or whatever the time zone we're in, because I don't care about that sort of thing. But it's midday when I upload, or when I release the video. And then at 6 p.m. is generally, if I have more than one video, I put it down at 6 p.m. So they're 6 hours apart. But I don't want to do this. I don't want to play Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I think it's going to fuck me up even worse than I already am. But I feel like I need to do this not for YouTube, but for myself as well. I need to overcome my own fears. And especially if they're irrational fears. I want to psych myself out to the point of mental demolition. Like, I want to melt down my brain, turn it to mush, and then have the most horrific experience playing these games as possible. Because that's just weird and twisted, and I just think that would make more interesting videos. Not because I want to do it for the videos, I want to do it for me, because it's more of a thrill ride. But at the same time, it gets to me. It really does. It gets to me. So I don't know how to feel about this. I have so many horror games that I want to start and play. I'm not very good, I'll be honest, I'm not very good at horror games. I mean, Cry of Fear is a good game, but it's hard for me to figure out what to do because I'm just anticipating something all the time. Like, Resident Evil for me is a lot easier to play. You still got that level of anxiety, but you don't have... it's a lot more comfortable to play Resident Evil than it is to play like Cry of Fear or Amnesia: The Dark Descent, because it's a different type of thing. Like Resident Evil 4 and 5 and 6 and the later ones, they've sort of lost their fear factor. It's more of a so there's horrible things coming to kill me, but that's okay, I've got a gun, and that makes you feel comfortable. I'm not, like, scared of horror games. I'm scared by horror games, but I'm not scared of horror games. But I also have the anticipation, the anticipation of being scared. It's like a self-preservation sort of thing. It's like, if you touch fire and you burn yourself and it hurts, you generally don't go back to touch it again. So, with horror games, I just feel like I'm willing to go into this to scare myself. It sort of like defeats my brain, like my survival instinct. By clicking on these games, it makes me feel like I'm going against my survival instincts. I don't want to be scared. That's the thing. I think everyone doesn't want to be scared, but the anticipation of putting a horror game on, especially one as good as Amnesia: The Dark Descent, it makes you nervous. It's like it's like being a teenager and not knowing what being drunk feels like, and then you get drunk. The anticipation is not there, but then after you've already been drunk, you got that anticipation of, oh, should I do that? I usually get stupid if I do that. And then you got the anticipation, so you drink a little slower because you don't want to get too drunk too fast. I don't know what I'm talking about. I like horror. I like everything that is horror. I don't know. Alright, well, this coffee has stained my teeth and my lips. because it's super thick and I'm drinking more than the average person should. I'm having about a week's worth of coffee in 1 cup. Because that wakes me up and gets me ready for videos. I know it's bad for me and I'll probably die of a heart attack, but you know what? It's my life, it's my choice. Alright, well, I should probably end this vlog here. I know that I've cut this down, but I've been recording for half an hour. So I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna anxiously pick up Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I really wish I could just go back into Doki Doki and continue that, because there's less scary in Doki Doki that I've played so far. There's not as much that's scary, and it's just fun to play, but now I've got to play Amnesia: The Dark Descent. And I really don't want to. I don't care if people are calling me a wuss. I don't want to play this game. Anyway, you've been watching Scarabic Gaming. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell button to do me a favor. Let people know I exist, and I'll see you soon, INTERPEEPS.